And the first step that is necessary for success, and then he puts in brackets, apart from joining AOE. So, which of course is the very, very first step. You should definitely join AOE. So what is the most important strategy? Well, the strategy is a mindset strategy, and it's something that I have seen time and time again either hold people back or propel them forward to success. It either holds them back, and despite their absolute desire to make a go of it and to self-actualize their life and to set themselves financially free, this one little thing holds them back. And those that don't worry about the one little thing, well, they go on to do great things. So that, I would say, is the strategy I want to talk about. And it's this thing is persistence. And it's a function of a couple of different things, but the most important, biggest one is fear of failure. Fear of failure, fear of getting it wrong. Jobs, school, all of those things indoctrinate us not to fail, and yet the entrepreneur must fail if they are to be a success. And so it runs counterintuitive to all of the programming that we get from day one, which is why it is so difficult to overcome for so many people. But it is the most important thing. Fear of failure, fear of screwing up, fear of getting it wrong, embarrassed if they do, blah, 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 blah. It all comes back to the same thing. And for me, that's the number one thing. So how does that manifest? Well, the folks who have that fear of failure running, which masquerades as procrastination, really, they want everything to be perfect before they launch. And let me tell you, it never ever is. It never ever is. Ever. I've launched over 300 products now on Amazon. I can't think of a time we got it right first time. I can't think of any time we got it right first time. I've launched quite a lot of businesses outside of Amazon too, and been a part of launching a lot more as well. And again, I can't think of a time when we ever got it right first time. I just can't think of any time. And think back to when you were a little wee nipper, taking your first tentative steps. Now, imagine that your lovely parents had seen you taking your first steps. And of course, the first thing you do when you take a couple of steps is you fall flat on your butt, on your little nappy bum. And imagine if your mummy would have said to you, "Oh my goodness, did you see that? They fell over. Clearly, they're not supposed to walk. They're not walkers. This one's not a walker. All the other ones are, but this one's not." How ludicrous does it feel for me to say that? It just feels nuts. And yet people do that all the time. They worry about getting it wrong and falling over the first time, and yet it's the only way to get yourself up and running and to make it work. And as I said, I've never ever got it right first time, ever. In fact, here's an interesting little story for you of something which hopefully will give you some inspiration. We put together, this was in Blighty a long time ago, and we put together a product and because 8 years ago, holy shit, time flies, eh? This is why it's so important to get out there and do stuff. Time flies. My oldest daughter, Isabella, was 2 at the time. So 8 years ago, and she was going for an eating thing where she would only eat tomatoes. So I thought to myself, wow, my daughter will only eat tomatoes. Well, I want her to have other things as well, but she'll only eat tomatoes. So what am I to do? And I thought, well, maybe other parents have got this problem too. So I went online, researched it. Turns out thousands of parents have got kids who are picky eaters. Wow, who would have thought it? So I thought maybe there's an opportunity there to help some kids and to help some parents. So we put together a product called Kids 5 a Day. And we put it together with the UCLA over in the States. We had their nutrition team put it together for us. So we had all these superfoods: wheatgrass, Dutch organic cocoa powder, spirulina, all of these wonderful, wonderful superfoods hidden within a chocolatey milkshake. I thought it was freaking genius. And we got the whole thing put together. I gave it to my daughter. She liked it. I thought, I'll be a bazillionaire. So we launched a product. And of course, with a product like that, you're selling to parents, actually to mums. And so mums purchased the product for their kids in droves. And that first 3 months, I thought, I am just going to be retired. I'll be in Monte Carlo smoking cigars on my Uber yacht. I'll be a bazillionaire, okay? But then something happened. This product was designed to be ordered over and over and over again. 30-day supply of product. Well, once the kid eats their 30-day supplies, they're supposed to reorder some more. But they didn't reorder. So I started calling mums. Hey, what do you think of the product? Oh, I love the product. My daughter doesn't like it though. She won't eat it. She won't drink it. She's really picky. Okay, call some more. Same again. So now I'm thinking, shit. What am I going to do? The product's great, the parents love it, but the kids don't love it at all. And so I did what I always do when I have a big kind of thing like that, is I kind of hibernated, hid myself in my bedroom, cried a little bit, eat chocolate, drank red wine, and tried to come up with a solution to get myself out of the shit, because I had, by the way, 5,000 units in my garage, back before Amazon. So I'm kind of shitting myself, thinking to myself, what the hell am I going to do? So, and then, lo and behold, I started making orders again. I'm thinking, well, what's kind of interesting? What's going on? And so I'm searching around, trying to find out what's happening, why I'm making orders. And turns out there was a forum that was for weight loss, big weight loss forum. And back in that particular period of time, there's this whole new thing about something called the 5-2 diet. 5-2 diet, go research it. And turns out these people had started drinking my milkshake, organic superfood milkshake, on their day off, on their 2 days, where you only allowed 500 calories, they would drink my milkshake. So then it was selling like hotcake as a weight loss thing. So I, of course, saw the opportunity, rebranded, and started selling it as a weight loss product. So it started off as a success. We sold product, but nobody reordered. Boo-hoo, Neil's in the shit. And then we got lucky, we got a break, we rebranded it, and then we got to the point where we were selling. Now, I'm going to let you do the numbers here. I will tell you what we were doing. You can work out those numbers for yourself, all right? We were selling at one point on continuity, meaning just every month, orders coming in, 30,000 units at £29.97. 30,000 units, £29.97. On the back of that, which is, if you do your math, it's a lot. And on the back of that, we took a company called Groupon, who was just getting started back then. We took that company into Spain on the back of that. We did all sorts of crazy shit. But that's a brilliant example of something not working to begin with, okay? Didn't work, but we tweaked it. We just tested it. We tested ideas. And then all of a sudden, it flew off the shelves. And had I given up at that point and stopped looking and stopped having my radars out, I would have missed out on a significant amount of money, So, Martin, I hope that answers your question. And as far as what you can do right now, is get in the water. Get your feet wet, mate. Get your feet wet. Get started. Pick a product. Get started with it. Apply what you're learning. That is the only way you're going to learn this. It's very, very difficult to learn how to swim by reading a book on swimming. Very difficult to do that. The way you learn to swim is by diving in, getting some help from a coach, for instance, and then you learn how to swim. Before you know it, you're a complete baller, swimming away all over the place. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.